Well, I tried to follow. The progress on this has been slow. It's not my son's fault. You know, family come first over this at the end of the day. I mean, I've lost pay, everything for my son. Because, well, they're your kids, they're important. And for those that are wondering why he's always ill and why he's in hospital, well, I will fill you in. He has got up to 5 weeks he was a normal baby. Then at 5 weeks, development didn't happen inside. And he started sounding like a 90-year-old that's just climbed some stairs. So we took him to hospital with this noisy breathing concerned, and it was the case of, oh, it's just croup. So we got treated for croup, got given the steroids. A few weeks later, back in, still sounding like a 90-year-old that's climbed stairs at rest. This is him resting. Going. And that was him resting. I can't do the gargling noises. So after a long fight and a long wait, he got seen, because they tried to put the camera down his throat to see if there's anything obstructing his airway 3 times whilst he was awake. And you ain't getting anything down a baby's throat at any age, never mind. I think it was something like 3, 5 and 6 months. It ain't happening. They just put him into distress doing it. So they eventually said, right, well, we think he's got, it's called Malaysia or something like that. I pronounced it probably all wrong, but he's got something, it's called that. I'll put it up on the screen what it is. That's what they thought he had. So, because they can't diagnose it without seeing what's going on, and the operation, they need to see what's going on, because it's basically the skin around your throat, and it just needs tightening up. So he got booked in for the operation. They was going to put the camera down his throat whilst he was asleep, and then do the surgery if it was required at that point. Now that, for me and his mum, was nerve-wracking. You know, we've starved him, and then we've sort of handed him over to some strangers and gone, yeah, here's our son. So Natalie put him to sleep in her arms with the mask, and then we handed him over to the surgeons. About an hour later, he was out of surgery, and we went and seen him. You couldn't miss him. He was wailing like a banshee. You wouldn't have thought anything was actually wrong with him, the way he was wailing. But we had to wait. So when we got back to the recovery area, they came in with us, because he had to stay in for a bit for recovery. So we went to one of the wards. They came in and they showed us this video. This video explained what was going on, and it wasn't Ring Malaysia at all. What's happened is, as he's got older, the artery that goes from his heart up to his head, or one of his main arteries that carry the blood up, is crushing his airway. So his airway is round as it goes down, and then it goes to like a semicircle, and then it goes back round. This means liquids and food and whatever gets stuck in his throat. It also means, because his throat's always wet, when he's breathing, he's always getting wet lungs. So he's always catching bronchiolitis and croup. And it's been a hell of a battle. So that was 3 days in hospital, as they wanted a CT scan and then a echo to make sure his heart wasn't having to work too hard and everything was normal there. And then since then he's been in and out because he keeps going blue, keeps having difficulty breathing, and he keeps getting croup, which then gives him the difficulty to breathe. So the last few days he's not been, well, last night he wasn't himself, and today he looks completely out of it. So it looks like we're going to be taking him back again to go get him checked out, make sure everything's okay with him, because he's not himself. And as parents, we know what our kid is like, and it's frustrating when we go to the hospital and you're treated like you're a liar when you're not. So anyway, that concludes this video, because I was going to try and get a few other bits done, but as I say, my son comes first, so I'm hot-footing back 40 minutes to Manchester to go and deal with my son and help my girlfriend out so he can get seen to, and hopefully he won't have to stay in, but we never know with him. So please do like, comment and subscribe on a happier note to keep seeing this project coming together. We are getting there now. The solar system's coming in, just need to get wire and trunking, and need to sort something out with that as well. But the solar system, as you can see, we've got 2 fully charged batteries pretty much. I think battery 1 is struggling, so battery 1 is that one, which will probably need replacing at some point. It is a dicky battery, but this one is nearly full, so it's doing really well. So we need to sort the wiring out for them to put them into 24 volt mode, but I need some battery terminals, which I will get at some point. Diesel heaters in, these seats are in, the table's measured up, just need to make it. Engine seems to run properly now, near enough. We just need to do the oil change, and I need to put that filter somewhere because it can't stay there. Then it's going to be a case of, we're going to have to get one of them people that take shit away to take some of this away, and then we can see what we've got. Hydraulic pipes are next on the list, sort of. I mean, that's all done, so once the glue's off the floor, we can just simply put the flooring down, put the seats in. That's done. Box it off from there. That area of the bus is complete and done. It'll all get covered up and what have you, so it doesn't get ruined. Then power steering pipes, the chassis, the floor, then the same down here, and then it's onto the cab. So we're not doing too bad actually. But right, I'm gonna have to shoot. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.
You can now find us on Facebook, YouTube, Patreon, Twitter and Instagram. Hashtag MangBosses. Find us at mangbosses.com. MangBosses, we're sorting scrap.